No one in my family has ever graduated college or actually has never gone to college, and very few people in my family have graduated high school. So growing up, I liked school and I liked learning, and everyone in my family was like, oh, she's going to be the one to go to college, like she's going to be the one to do it. So I guess it was just always expected of me, and not in like a burdensome way, just in like very matter-of-factly, like I'm going to college, like it was never a question, like it was never really an option for me to not go to college, because no one else in my family has ever gone to college. So not really, no, because it was something I wanted to, like I wanted to break that cycle, and I wanted to like have a career, and I knew that like the way to do that would be to go to college. And I'm sure like there are a lot of successful people who have never stepped foot on a college campus, and that's great, but I just never thought that would be the route that I took. And yeah. The U of O has a great journalism program, so here I am, and starting off in college, I kind of questioned my major a few times, like, oh, do I really want to do this? Do I want to maybe do 3 p.m. instead? I like nonprofits, so do I want to do that? But I'm in Gateway right now, and I'm learning that this really is what I love to do. I love to tell stories, and there are so many job opportunities in that and so many ways to tell stories, and just really excited to be able to do that for the rest of my life. So a particular nonprofit that's really close to my heart is called Agape Youth, and Agape Youth serves children with incarcerated parents. I found out about it through my church when I was a freshman here, so when I was 18, and I've been working with them since then. I think I have such a heart for those kids because in a way I see myself in them. I grew up in like family circumstances very similar to the ones that they're in now. My mom had a drug problem growing up, and I've been in foster care, and so I know what they're going through, and I know what it is to live the kind of life that they're living, and so I think like God's really given me a heart for them, and I can just like hang out with them and be light to them and just show them something better, and just I don't know, it's like cool to just be around those kids and watch them grow and watch them not let their circumstances define them. In a way, yes. I would love to tell stories about those kids. I would love to work with nonprofits and on a media level and just get their stories out there, like just make them more known, because I feel like a lot of people, it's not that they don't know about nonprofits, it's that they don't care about them, and people care about stories, so.
Well, today is a Sunday, so I'm opening. It's a little shorter than usual for the day, but we have a lot to do. Every Sunday we do what's called the pull. So we take out items and donate them that are over 60 days old on the floor, and then we mark down new items. It takes a while. It's consignment, so we get in drop-offs of clothes, we go through them, hang them, type them up, everything like that. Help customers is the main part. This job applies to my major because I'm studying merchandising management, which is fashion driven, so I have a focus in fashion. You can go into anything really under merchandising management, like any type of product, but I chose clothing, so this job is all about retail and clothing, so it goes hand in hand for qualities you'll need. When I was graduating from high school, I wanted to go to a visual arts college. I was going to go to the Art Institute of Chicago, but then I realized I should probably pick something a little more realistic, and arts and visual arts is not exactly a lucid career option, so I chose to pursue fashion because it's also something I'm really passionate about, and OSU is close to home. I have in-state tuition, and they have a great program, so. College is for new experiences and meeting new people and finding out what you want to do with your life, hopefully, and then give me a degree. I think it's honestly more important to get the degree to get the job, because I feel like nowadays you can't get a well-paying job without a degree, so it's really all they care about. A lot of times people get degrees and then go into a job that has nothing to do with their degree. The education part is obviously really important, but a lot of times I don't remember half of the things I'm learning in school, so I would say the degree is ultimately more important. They expect you to have this broad range of classes that you're taking, to be well-rounded, and then they're trying to teach you things that can apply to the real world, but really they don't always apply to the real world. A lot of the things that I learned in my courses that were DHE focused, so I'm in the School of Design and Human Environment, didn't exactly fit with when I did an internship at Nordstrom. I couldn't really apply any of the things that I learned there besides a bit of textiles to the real world job that I was doing. So, yeah.
Okay.
I think college is really valuable. It may not be as valuable for the education purpose of it, but I would say the main part of college is that you are independent. It teaches you how to be self-sufficient and be away from your family and be fine and learn how to be fine and meet new people and grow as a person. I think that's like the main part of college apart from education.
Oh, maybe it's the next slide. It is the next slide. And look, it says free writing in German, kind of, because yes. What is good writing, right? What makes a book or an article good, right?
Currently, I'm a graduate teaching assistant at Oregon State University, which means that I teach introductory writing to freshman students. This means that we go over personal essays, argumentative essays, we talk about rhetoric, we talk about analysis. It's the fundamental class from which they learn the certain writing skills, writing techniques that they go on to employ later on in their other classes. Again, that sounds kind of like skills and economics oriented, right? But I try my best to show them that the act of writing is not just a certain skill you have to imbibe, but a way of thinking and a way of expression you can use to interact with the world around you. I am studying English. I am an MA student at Oregon State University. I'm specializing in literature and culture, specifically the application of postmodern theology to the works of David Foster Wallace. Long term, I would like to be a professor of English. I'd like to get my PhD. I'd like to teach. Some people get their PhDs because they want to do research, and while I think that research and writing are enjoyable and I like to do them, what I enjoy most is teaching. Because I think that if I had to do something 40, 50, 60 hours a week for 30, 40, or 50 years that I did not find fundamentally meaningful, not only for myself but for the world at large, I would be a deeply unhappy person. And I know that I love to read, and I love to write, and I love books and literature, and the best way in my mind that I can work with books and literature in such a way that makes other people's lives better, enriches them somehow, is to teach. I don't think that college should merely be about getting a degree and then getting a job, because I don't think that's the way one ought to operate in the world or the way one ought to structure one's life. I don't think that making money is inherently a bad thing, and I would never look down upon or judge people who considered making money or a comfortable lifestyle one of their main objectives, right? But I think it becomes dangerous when making money becomes your foremost objective. There's a scientific study that I like very much that says income and happiness correlate together in a linear fashion up until you make $60,000 a year, after which time a greater income does not correlate to greater happiness. And I think that is because after your basic needs are taken care of relative to the society in which you live, happiness is no longer really tied to money or material goods, which sounds maybe idealistic or maybe even naive, but that's something that I believe, right? And so college becomes not a way that you can make more money, not a stepping stone or a hoop to jump through, but instead a time to become a person who can interact with the world in a better way. Because even though we live in an age that says truth is relative and contextual and fragmented, in many cases that's true, and it's important to think about those things as we try to fix the division of power and the division of wealth and the division of privilege. But there's also a certain truth in the world that makes us want to, I believe, and means that we should treat each other with sincere dignity and respect. And I think that a really good college experience teaches you how to do that. The thing that is most important to me is making sure that I am interacting with the people around me in such a way that builds them up, that makes their lives better, that enriches their experience somehow. I would be greatly saddened if I took more from the world or more from other people than I gave back. I think that individualism and authenticity are good things to a point, but when you begin living for yourself, when the expression of yourself overrides your ability to listen or to empathize, I think that we've made a mistake, either personally or as a culture. I don't believe that the self is the most important thing. I believe that the other is the most important thing. I go to school because I love it. If I could choose anything to do all day, it would be to study and to learn and to read and write.